how good is he feeling?
I don't know. You know, I mean, Noblesse, that was a sloppy last game that we saw there.
Well, that
that's
was
an
a
indication
comeback,
of,
I tell you.
of fatigue, though.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
fatigue
played
does
a lot
play
of
a role.
long games. All right, well, it is Belshire Vestige coming up. TVT action. Your
TVT.
prediction?
I'm going to go with TaeJa 2-0.
I think TaeJa 2-1.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see what happens. We are going into this game now. Who will move on to the round of 16? Will it be Noblesse in an upset, or will it be TaeJa, as we predicted? We'll find out soon. In the upper left, in the red, we've got our Terran player, which I found it is Noblesse means French royalty or something like that. Oh, he is. I messed that up.
MVPNoblesse.
It's from like a video game.
French nobility. It means French nobility.
Okay.
La Noblesse. So now we know.
All right.
Learning is fun.
Who's this guy?
In the bottom right, a legend right now and a fan favorite. He is
TaeJa.
I'm excited, tasteless.
yeah. And it looks like it's going to be a very aggressive opener here from TaeJa.
Yeah, it could be just Proxy Marine, but more likely it's going to be Proxy Marauder, perhaps Reaper. We've seen a lot of Proxy Reapers lately.
Yeah.
This map in particular, I don't like Reapers nearly as much on. Doesn't really have that many spots to jump up, to be honest. And we'll have to see, though.
This could be going into Banshee, of course,
yeah,
too.
It could be for some add-ons later on, absolutely. We've seen a lot of builds like this lately in TVT.
It looks like TaeJa is interested in changing the tempo of the last few games Noblesse played.
Mm-hmm. No,
you know, you play a long macro game a few times in a row. A few macro games, I should say, a few times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Then suddenly you're proxied next game.
Yeah, yeah. And Noblesse doesn't look like he's scouting. It looks like he's going just for a fast command center. So, you know, that's the best scenario for TaeJa, basically.
He's, by the way, TaeJa's going double gas here.
Coolness. All right,
so
he's going to have a lot of aggression, yeah. All right, let's see. Is Tech Lab finished? Reaper.
All right. Whoa.
Oh. Craziness. All right. Now, this Reaper, obviously a Reaper can beat one Marine. 3 Reapers is kind of the magic number where you start really slaughtering off Marines.
Oh, yeah.
If you have some nice micro. But the thing is, it takes so long to build 3 Reapers that you kind of have to start pressuring immediately with your first Reaper.
Now, you did make a very good observation, Artosis. This is not the best map to do this build.
I don't feel it is.
I don't feel it is either.
Well, we'll see what he can get done with this. I like how he moves his Marine back. Very small, but very good move. Let's go after this SCV if possible. Oh, he tries to draw the Marines. That's so smart.
So smart.
Yeah, that's going to be annoying. Can probably grab, like, an SCV, possibly 2.
Nice control so far by TaeJa.
Yeah, very nice micro.
It's up to Noblesse to try to corner this Reaper and do it fast.
All right, got a Marine and an
SCV.
Another Reaper on the way. Will he make a third? He does. He starts a third, and the factory is on the way. Will he get Reaper speed? Will he go into Starport?
I think he's going to try to send this Reaper over to the bunker over here.
Ooh. This is really nice. That's going to be quite annoying.
Yeah.
Now, it looks like he's going right into Banshee. I don't think it's going to be like a Reaper speed type of scenario, but he can definitely make this lift.
Yeah.
He's really slowing down quite a bit. This has been a well-executed little Reaper push, proxy Reaper push. Noblesse is getting his own Starport, so the Banshee that's going to be incoming from TaeJa not going to be nearly as scary.
Yeah. So very different builds here. One guy going for an econ opener, the other going for a very aggressive rush here that kind of avoids out any benefits that you would have from an econ opener. But it doesn't mean that now TaeJa has a lead.
Yeah, not quite. He definitely has a small tech advantage.
Sure.
The SCV count is actually 24 to each player. So he hasn't really gained a significant lead yet, and he hasn't even started his second command center. So TaeJa's economy is still going to be behind Noblesse's. We'll see what he can do with these Banshees. He definitely could switch that over to being his. And
All
does
right.
that
Can't
actually...
see the tech lab yet.
Yeah.
So he doesn't
I
know
bet
too
he can
much.
guess.
Yeah, right.
I bet you followed up your Reaper rush with a Viking. So, yeah, that's what I did.
Reaper Viking can't be stopped.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh,
Well, kind of an interesting build here from TaeJa.
I like it. I really like to see stuff like this. You have siege mode and a siege tank on the way, so he's going to be able to clean up that bunker so easily. Also getting an engineering bay as well as Vikings. So Noblesse should be completely ready, but that doesn't mean that Cloak Banshee isn't still very useful. You can't cover everything with turrets. You can force a lot of scans. You can pick some things off.
Sure.
You can make it generally uncomfortable. In fact, you might just chase that siege tank away.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, then the Vikings can come out, though, which is a little bit of an issue. Oh, he really wants that.
Nicely done.
That was a
really
beautiful
nicely
snipe.
done. Yeah, that was awesome. Nice cloak right there, and he can be scanned and killed so easily here. Oh, you know what? He's just barely going to get away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just barely. Oh, my God, that was close.
Second Banshee's on the way now. Second command center's done. And the second base here for Noblesse is not able to be mined from yet.
Yeah, the amount that TaeJa has actually slowed him down is quite phenomenal. You know, Noblesse's opening wasn't bad. It's just TaeJa's, you know, his decision-making here and the micro as well has been completely awesome. He's controlled this game basically from the start.
Yeah, he really has. Well, looks like the Banshee's going to come in here now, but nope, there's a turret here and double Vikings. So, oh, nice. Gets out of there with a Reaper.
Very well done. Those Reapers still have some use. They're very fast. They can hold watchtowers, scout around a little bit.
Yep.
Not bad at all. Any SCVs that come out, they can easily catch.
All right. On the run right now, guns down one Banshee, and Noblesse is looking for vengeance right now. He's going to push out here and see if he can't possibly deny TaeJa's second base from being set up, trying to do a little bit of catch-up here.
I don't think so, though. You know, he's making a bunker. His siege mode just finished up. He's going to have at least 2 tanks when he gets there, and he's making Vikings. So the advantages that Noblesse has are so minimal. I really don't see him making enough of a difference.
Not too much headway here. The Vikings will help spot, of course.
Yeah. He's even going to put a Reaper into this bunker because they do have so much damage against Marines in case of Marine attacks.
Yeah.
He'll miscalculate the amount of damage coming out of that bunker at Marines.
You never factor that in when you run towards bunkers. Like, what if they're full of Reapers?
Yeah, that's true.
I remember, you ever mess around with the range a ghost can have inside of a bunker?
In StarCraft 1, yeah.
Yeah.
Every now and then, man.
But in there, like,
Ghost in a
really
bunker versus
smart.
Guardians.
Yeah, it's so funny.
So true.
Well, not much Noblesse can do to damage him, so he opts to expand again. That's a smart move. TaeJa already prepared, and this is not going to work either here. He wants to put siege tanks in the low ground. TaeJa already prepared.
Yeah, very nice. Doesn't kill anything, but damages it all, makes him run away. Noblesse trying to keep pressure on. You know, he figures, well, you know, you put so much into that rush, shouldn't I be able to do some counter damage? The answer is absolutely not.
Absolutely not. How unreasonable of you is actually the answer to that.
I'm Liquid TaeJa. What do you want here?
Do that.
No, you can't attack me. What? I'm the one that attacks.
Well, Starport now landing over here. So we're going to get medevacs, double medevacs, Vikings if need be. Right now, air dominance does go to Noblesse.
Well, not anymore. He's
Ground dominance as well.
Dominate everything just by going mass Viking. Wow.
2 more axes on the way.
Yeah, the game is really normalizing here. They're both going into Marine Siege Tank. They're both getting their 3rd command centers ready. Noblesse actually expanding a lot quicker, though, because his command center's over there on the side, whereas TaeJa made his in a more safe position in his main base. Still some very nice harassment coming out of this Banshee.
Yep, very
nice.
nice.
Siege Tank there.
Interesting to see that the Banshee harassment now being more effective than it was earlier, you know? Oh, is he going to get scanned?
I don't think so. He's not going to kill it with 1 scan if he does.
Yeah. And TaeJa's on the move. Oh, he wants him to scan so badly.
Yeah, he
so he
does.
can book it.
Is he luring him with a red siege tank? Look at this micro by TaeJa. Oh my god.
See, he did it. Nice baiting.
Yeah, that was a beautiful bait. He's masterful.
Now we got the Army of TaeJa going back down here. Now remember, TaeJa's not taking the third yet, where Noblesse has already opted to. But on that note, it does look like is there a third? Oh, yeah, there's a third command center on the way. So that'll be occupied very soon.
Yeah, and the SCV count is pretty close. Noblesse at 54, 61 for TaeJa. So the economy's neck and neck right now. Their unit count, extremely close as well. TaeJa's is a bit better. He's got an additional siege tank. He's got a few extra Marines. But does that actually matter?
Nah.
No, it's...
Not really.
They're
Not so
really
much,
neck and
bruh.
neck. Nah. Sorry, bruh.
Sorry, bro. And the other guy's going to be like, bro, I'm not your bro. And he pushes back.
It's like two pain users.
Well, nice little snipe there on the tank. There
Wow,
you go.
that Banshee has been an absolute hero this game.
Yeah, a real asset here.
Yeah.
For TaeJa.
TaeJa always thinking of his teammates. Yeah, the Banshee was a hero.
Ah, okay, I didn't get it the first dagger. All right, yeah, we're wiping out the medevacs.
This is a nice little attack.
Yep.
But it will be cleaned up.
Not too helpful there for Noblesse. Noblesse also pushing out on the left side of the map. The Army of TaeJa in the lower middle. I don't know if they're going to engage each other. Do note that TaeJa does have a vision of the watchtower closer to him, so you should really see what's coming.
Also, TaeJa is a way better army now. He's got way more SCVs. He's got more medevacs. He's got more siege tanks. He's got the same amount of Marines. TaeJa has just taken the lead overall.
TaeJa is getting the slightest lead here. It's a series of very small, subtle moves that are allowed to slowly push ahead.
That's right, but these Marines actually picking off quite a few of these Vikings, which is quite annoying as well. You do want to have a decent Viking count so that you can actually control the skies and be able to push against your opponent with that extra vision that they give you. Perhaps punish fleeting Terran's medevacs as well.
Sure, sure. I think that's what the Vikings are almost best for at this phase of the game, is just you can just mow down Vikings. I mean, medevacs, excuse me.
Indeed. Well, both of our players, not in positions where they can really do all that much to each other because they have such similar armies. They're both pretty well map aware. So TaeJa actually is the first to realize this and immediately throws out another command center.
A scan here. They're both scanning each other, actually, so nobody's going to engage anybody else. And one Reaper coming up here. Nice.
Wow. A couple extra kills in the late game. Those Reapers lasted until 17 minutes and 40
It's pretty
seconds.
funny.
Yeah, well, at least one of them did. The fact that he was still getting use out of them. Pretty awesome. They're all gone now. So,
and we may have a possible engagement up here. Nope, they're just too good at scanning each other and checking.
Yeah, their armies are so close in upgrades, in value, in numbers, that basically whoever has a better position, whoever sieged up first, will win the battle, which means this is turning a little bit stalemating, but eventually someone's going to mess up.
All right, nice. Gunning down those two Vikings, that's a little something. Okay, that's a good placement for this one siege tank. Oh, he's going for it. And remember, those siege tanks are in the back.
This is good for TaeJa. He's really pushing
Oh
forward
my
here.
God, he's controlling so well.
Yeah, and he's killed a lot of these siege tanks. Noblesse's supply is beginning to plummet. In fact, TaeJa's Marines absolutely slaughtering everything.
That was so well executed.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got a lot to say about that. It looks like he's going to keep pushing up here and try to wipe out the third. When he saw that his opponent was on the run, he said, okay, my Stim Marines are faster than your fleeing siege tanks.
Yeah.
Therefore, if you're running, I'm going to kill every single siege tank. So then he all of a sudden had to engage. But then, at the same time, TaeJa also set up siege mode so that he'd be in range of his opponent's Marines. So he handled that perfectly, man.
It was insanely
That was
well
like
done.
so good.
TaeJa waited. Noblesse made one small mistake, got in the wrong position just for a moment, and TaeJa absolutely punished him. This is what a world-class player does.
Absolutely.
Well, TaeJa going in for what he hopes is the death push. Now, it is TBT with Siege Shanks, so there's a possibility that Noblesse can hold this off and start trying to come back.
All right, but I don't think he's going to let that happen.
No, it doesn't look like it. Picking off a couple more Siege Tanks, that's what you need to do to keep pushing forward. The Marine count's important, but the Siege count actually more important at this point.
All right, the Siege Tank's doing a lot of damage up here to these Marines. And by the way, Noblesse cleans up the attack at the far right, but TaeJa's continuing to push in here now towards the second Siege Tank sieging up. I don't know how much longer Noblesse is going to be able to hang on.
No, Noblesse he's almost done, man. He's up here. He's divided the base, which means that third will die. And
GG. Well played there by Liquid TaeJa.
Seriously, that was fantastic play the entire game from TaeJa. You know what, his wrist maybe hurt him, but it didn't look like it that game.
He was a beast in that game.
He was a beast.
That little engagement was so well executed. I'm so completely blown away.
He beasted that like Rotterdam at the gym, man. That was insane.
Oh, I believe it. I have yet to have another Mr. Bitter Rotterdam dream.
Is that right?
I only had one dream about them ever.
I only daydream about those two.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I said this to Cass a while ago, but one time I had a dream that Mr. Bitter and Rotterdam were playing guitars shirtless. And they were like really cut up, and they were cooler than Dan and me, and I was having like a hard time coming to terms with that.
Most of that is actually true, though.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Right.
Then I woke up covered in sweat, screaming.
Mom!
Then I'm like, oh God, it was a dream.
Like, oh God, I live in Korea. My mom's not here. And that's when Tasia's called me.
Yep.
Tasia's
is 4 a.m. Dan, can I sleep in your bed? I had a bad dream.
I'm like, yeah, Tasia's grab a taxi and come over to my apartment.
All right. I'm like, hold on, I'm going to go shower, okay? Right, we're going to go into the next game here. And the map that Noblesse picked is Whirlwind.
Oh, good.
So this should be a pretty epic
Could be a long one.
Could be a long one. Probably will be.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what? I feel like that's good for TaeJa, because the longer that game went, he just waited and waited until Noblesse did something wrong. It's hard to play a perfect game, Tasteless.
It really is. All right, my nerds, get ready for the next match. We're going to see if Noblesse can start to come back, or TaeJa's going to close us out here in this group at the GSL. In the bottom left, in the red, we have our underdog. Can he come back and win the next 2 games in a row? He is
MVPNoblesse.
And in the upper right, proudly representing TeamLiquid.net, he is
Liquid TaeJa.
All right. They're cross spots, so... Oh, look at that.
Wait, what?
What is going on? He's just, like, taking his hands off the keyboard completely. He just, like, played patty cake for 4 minutes in his booth without touching the keyboard or mouse.
Gosh.
Jeez, TaeJa.
Takes his shoes up, puts his toes up there for a little bit.
Yeah.
So he actually types in a bunch of random
Takes
letters.
out his nail file, just works on his cuticles some. I'm like, TaeJa, you're in the GSL code S. Could you pay attention and try to play your best here?
There you go. That's a man with confidence.
That's the longest I've seen someone take their hands off.
Actually, you know what I have done, which is like so bad that I do if I'm laddering, is I will tab out, change a song. Have you ever done that?
Every now and then. I normally
it's
don't.
so bad I shouldn't do it.
Sometimes I realize I've actually listened to the same song like 200 times
yes,
in a row.
I'm like, I think I have the same 3
like,
songs
I have
on
to change
repeat.
this.
Yeah.
And it's so rude to pause that I try to not pause.
And I tab out, and then like sometimes it's slow. Shifting, I'm like,
Get back and all your sentries are dead.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done that when I saw him stim and run towards me. All right, so Noblesse here with a command center first and a double racks. TaeJa going for a gas opener. We'll see what he wants to do with this. It is cross spawns, which I really want to point out, and that's something that makes it a little bit harder to get like a fluke off in the game. It also makes the watchtower worth a lot more.
Yeah, sure.
So 2 ways that it's going to change this map and the way that these two are going to have to play it out.
In this matchup on this map, in these positions, watchtower actually is important, unlike almost every other matchup on this map in these positions. Or we're not in these positions.
Well, you know, oh, TaeJa's actually just getting a reactor and going command center. Huh. TaeJa.
Are you ready to learn, Artosis?
I'm ready to learn what he has going on. Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. So he went gas into reactor for his barracks and command center, and now he's going into factory. So he's going to be able to actually just produce a lot of units. You can get out quite a few Marines while that factory's finished up. He may or may not go for reactor Hellions, because he may just want to have a decent amount of Marines, go up to a medevac, have some Hellions with it, and allow the medevac to heal the Marines. There's a couple different ways you can do this, but I see now. Thank you, TaeJa, because I was confused for a moment. I'm like, you're not
anymore.
You're not tricking a Protoss that just scouted you, by the way, because he hasn't scouted you and he's not Protoss. Right, sinking gas is coming up.
I love how the entrance to everybody's main base on this looks like it has a giant GSL trophy there.
Yeah, it's letting them know what they're fighting for here, Texas.
Yeah. The GSL trophy is actually this big. They're like, oh my God.
This map is actually very symbolic.
Yeah.
These two players swept up in a whirlwind of games against the greatest on Earth in the biggest league on the biggest map, fighting for that GSL trophy.
There you go.
That's it.
You are Tosis, you poet.
Yes. Was I aware of it, do you think, Tasis?
Probably not.
Probably not. Was not, in fact, aware of being a poet.
I was a poet, and I wasn't even fully aware that I was actually a poet.
You always do it. You can't help it.
It's so funny.
You're like some sort of addict for that joke.
Well, I think it just cracks you up because I grew up with people be like, I'm a poet. I was a poet and I didn't even know it.
Oh.
You're like, but to me, it really does tickle me to like I'm a poet and I like wasn't even fully like aware of the fact that I was a poet. At the moment that I was
my abilities as a poet.
Yeah, to make things rhyme. And that's
with my poetic wit is actually above what I previously believed.
What is some other phrase you can do that with? Like something that's like one of these things that rhymes supposed to mean something? It's like a stitch in time is going to save you a lot of work later on.
Slightly less than 10.
Yes.
Slightly more than 8.
Yeah.
All right, well, Noblesse right now pushing out. Looks like he wants to take over that tower for now. We do have...
I have a 4E is generally, you know, a good rule, but there are certain exceptions to that, such as, you know...
yes. You know what? This is kind of cool, actually. We have combat shields for Noblesse and the Siege Shank with Siege Mode on the way.
We do have Cloak here for TaeJa.
Yeah.
About to finish.
There's... the bunker is kind of crucial here for TaeJa's defense. He needs to pull and repair it really quickly. And he has this Marine out, so he's going to see it. Because this is going to be a lot of damage, so he can run up and perhaps kill the bunker. Here come the SCVs, though. And so, yeah, it looks like he's going to have to siege. I don't know. Some nice damaging on the SCVs. Oh, wow, that actually worked.
That actually really worked.
That went better than anticipated.
Yeah.
I didn't actually think that would work quite that well. But really well done by Noblesse here. TaeJa now in some trouble, but he does have this Cloak Banshee, and that's a big part of this. Wow, killing off a lot of SCVs right now. His Marines coming down, targeting down the Siege Shank, a very crucial part of the defense. And obviously the combat shield
here is just going to help out so much.
The Banshee was very crucial indeed. But TaeJa's down to 29 SCVs against 41 of Noblesse.
Nice.
Noblesse almost has as many SCVs as TaeJa has supply.
Yeah, this is a nice little timing rush here.
Wow.
Huh.
That was all right. So let's take a look at where we're at. He actually. Wait a minute.
He's pulled his. Oh no, he's just transferring. I'm sorry.
TaeJa killed 8 SCVs during that. I was watching that battle.
Yep.
Oh, I'm bad. But 17 killed by Noblesse. So that leaves us at 41 SCVs to 35. So, wow. All right. Well, TaeJa dealing with that very well. Good multitasking, TaeJa. Bad multitasking, Artosis.
It's okay, Tosis.
Yeah.
We all know you work hard.
Yeah. Work hard or work not quite as hard as you suspect.
Working hard or actually, you know, not. Yeah. Working hard or hardly working. Artosis. We got to go hit up by, we're actually going to go to a little hotel next to the airport.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we got a flight early tomorrow to Taiwan. If you're just not joining us, we will not be casting tomorrow's match.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Wolf will be a lone wolf in it.
That's right. Hopefully Stefano does make it through so that we can cast him in the next round. I'd
Yeah.
love that. Hopefully Wolf doesn't hog him and make him go to Kode so we can cast him even more.
He would do that too.
He would. He's selfish. Well, right now it's so weird how this is actually kind of balanced out overall. You know, their SCV count 49 to 48. Their supplies 81 to 85. This is extremely close. TaeJa going in for a little bit more harassment, trying to get a little bit more ahead in that SCV count. That will work out for him. Noblesse is building his third command, whereas TaeJa's had his for a bit, so that's really helped him out.
More barracks just cranking out TaeJa's army.
You know, this is kind of like last game where it was two weird different openings into a pretty darn even
Pretty
game.
much brought you to the same place, you know?
Yeah. We're in this place now where they're going to take their third bases, and no one is too likely to attack anytime soon. Just some light harassment, such as that medvac drop that we saw going in this Banshee. You think this drop's going to work well against that siege tank and bunch of Marines?
No.
Okay, I think you're right.
Call it a hunch.
Uh-oh. Wow, right before stim finished for TaeJa.
Yeah, so
right
close, actually. Oh, my God.
Well, Noblesse is moving out again. Oh, my God, he's going to get it.
Oh, my God.
What? All right.
That was crazy.
Noblesse is singing an MC Hammer song right now.
Well, he's coming up here and hitting the location the third would be taken at.
Supply extremely even. Another factory going up for Noblesse. TaeJa already has his second factory, so that's going to help him to get ahead in that siege tank count. Right now, he's actually behind by one, but you know, he's got to get that double production actually going. He has two, but he's not producing out of both. Because at this point, when the supplies start getting really high in the over 100, you really need to focus on your siege tanks. While the Marines are very important, you have to have a certain amount. The siege tank splash against the clumped up Marines is really what you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, the Marines do so much damage that you have to have the siege tanks hitting them. You know, because they're small units. Splash damage does a ton of and wipes out huge swaths of the Marines.
Yeah.
So if you lose all your siege tanks, they can just bully you around the map with their army.
TaeJa right now extremely supply blocked at 121.
Yeah.
Well, that is a big supply block. It's all right. He'll start jumping up the supply now as he does fix that with some depots.
Right about time, too, his reactors are just now finishing.
I love that turret that Noblesse is putting down. Random little turrets like that can save you the entire game.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you're going to drop on this map, you're probably going to hug the corners of the wall.
TaeJa looks like he wants to take the watchtowers. Or the watchtower, rather. Starting to get a little bit of map control going on. Third bases for both players are up completely.
And spotting the drop there, TaeJa's element of surprise is now gone, unless, of course, Noblesse wasn't paying attention, which may very well be the case. I'm not sure. He doesn't seem to be reacting very much to this.
Now, if he goes for that third base, there is a turret right there that could mess him up. He's unloading. Maybe a little stim run in towards that third.
Take out a bunch of the Marines. I mean, the SCVs, actually.
And in fact, look at this. He sees this attack coming, so this is a perfect time for him to do that.
Oh, this would be so good.
This is going to be such a powerful little attack.
Dirty.
He has the potential to get quite a bit. Okay, now he does see it. Noblesse had that Marine there waiting exactly for a move like this, so he is running back. And actually, he had some units rallied out that were in just the right position to stop this.
Nice. Meanwhile, the army is continuing to move forward here. For TaeJa, he now controls the middle.
2-2 finishing up for both players, +1 for their tanks as well. This is an unbelievably close game, Tasteless. 51 Marines to 52, 11 tanks to 10, 3 medevacs to 5, 64 SCVs to 70.
Stimming here, coming in. And nice, he backs up, realizing, okay, I'm actually stimmed just a little bit too late. My siege mode was a little bit too late. TaeJa backs up, pretty much dead even supplies.
Yeah, both of them there with those Marines as the tanks finish their siege mode transformation. This is really, really close right now. You know, I mean, I am actually a little bit scared for TaeJa, though, because this force moving around for Noblesse, if he does a flank on that army, he will beat it. He will kill it. Even though TaeJa has more supply right now, a bunch of it is at home. And this little group, yeah, all he needs is a nice flank against it. But with that watchtower, TaeJa may be able to see it in time. In fact, he might be going around for an attack.
Reinforcements are on the way. Oh, he's actually going to do a counter.
Yeah, but TaeJa had a Marine on the way, and he actually saw that coming. And nice scan, wants to know exactly what he's dealing with out here. So he's going to send his own little group.
All right, he's coming down here now.
He's getting ready to drop on there. Marines do stim up. Both players hitting their maxes, getting more command centers, getting those +3 upgrades.
Looks like he may go in for a flank over here. Going to enter into the watchtower's vision.
Oh. You know, Noblesse still moving around with a group of Marines that really aren't doing anything. And look at this, TaeJa trying to get in here and snipe some siege tanks.
And this is the power of medevacs there. But unfortunately, the siege tank's also so powerful. It drives TaeJa back.
Yeah, he only killed 1 siege tank there. That was very ineffective. Not that he can't just max right back out. And, in fact, just rallying in front of his base. So Noblesse not able to do much here. All he's going to do is deny any expansion at that location. In the meantime, trying to take one of his own. But TaeJa, you know, he's so close to Noblesse right now that he can move around and try to hit these expands, but Noblesse has enough tanks to keep him back.
Well, I do like what Noblesse is doing with the small squad of Marines. Anything he can intercept and pick off. He hasn't done much of that yet, but the idea there is still pretty solid.
Now, is Noblesse getting spread out a little bit too thin? He's just moved a big group of units up. Oh, he is going for a big flank here, a double flank, in fact. Oh, God. This could be brutal, Tasteless. Oh, look at this flank on the minimap. Just watch the minimap, everyone. Look at those red dots crazy the center.
Oh, my God. He's going to have to... Oh, my God, but wait, we got to rush in here.
By TaeJa.
And he could actually...
Oh, he's going for a counter. This is huge, Tasteless. The stemming running in. These Marines are so low on health. They don't have enough medevacs with them. The tank's making short work of a lot of it, but Noblesse has a lot more moving forward. In the meantime, TaeJa has killed the third base.
We could be in a base trade scenario here.
That's right, but these tanks in siege mode. Oh my God, TaeJa pulling back. Noblesse, he's getting a huge lead from this. He's going to be able to take out this natural, and this is looking bad right now for TaeJa.
So it looks like all that Noblesse has to do is get into the main where TaeJa's, production center is, and he'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, right now, Noblesse holding this planetary right now, killing a lot of these Marines. TaeJa's army out here being a little bit indecisive, really not moving into the right positions to deal the damage he needs to, and Noblesse taking a huge lead right now. Tasteless, I think we might be going on to game number 3.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think it's going to be a third game here. How exciting. So now we're going to see the final game for today. Who's going to be able to pull it off? I don't know. Well, it's going to be tough.
You know, TaeJa's still trying to break through here. He's just not able to quite yet. He still has a lot of siege tanks. He still has another base mining.
It's that planetary, though, that's just getting him in, for Noblesse. He just can't quite kill that because he's on their side. Does Noblesse actually know about the center right expansion, which TaeJa has?
He's scouting it right this second, so he's going to be able to send some units up to actually deal with that planetary because he does have so many siege tanks over there. And Noblesse's supply is a lot bigger, but it looks like he wants to stay here and guard that ramp because how do you walk down that ramp right now? It's just about impossible. It's too cost efficient.
He'll take too much damage as well.
Yeah, but if he unsieges and moves back, these Marines will stim down and kill everything because TaeJa has so much at home. So this is a funny situation.
More reinforcements coming up here to aid in Noblesse.
And TaeJa actually not able to mine anymore from that back expansion as 3 Marines run behind it.
The incomes for both these guys are pretty low.
This is getting to be quite a scrappy game at this point, but TaeJa having a huge dropout.
It's kind of funny to see a situation where he's mining from this location, but he has to spend so much of his income actually repairing that.
And he has to spend a lot of income actually scanning to attack it. But here, hold on, here we go. Looks like we're going to have a huge flank, and he's going to knock out the Noblesse force in his natural, but Noblesse has another force coming up here, and will come up to help reinforce.
All right, Noblesse is getting pushing back now, regrouping, staying mobile. I love this game, by the way. Noblesse is playing so well.
Yeah, Noblesse really showing a lot of skill here. You know, I was talking before about how I feel like this is his best matchup. And he does have the possibility to beat TaeJa, as we've seen here. He's played a pretty straight-up game. He's played it very well. He did a lot of damage early on, but that is the nature of TPT. That happens.
Yeah, that absolutely happens. I think now, actually, all that Noblesse has to do is try to go in there and all right, GG.
GG.
I was going to say, go in there and probably take out TaeJa's main base. I mean, TaeJa didn't have much of anything. That was really well done by Noblesse.
It really was. So we're now tied up 1-1. What map will TaeJa choose? This is a hard map choice, I think, for TaeJa.
I have no idea this time.
Well, you know, he could go with something like Planet S because he plays in Pro League, and that's going to be a map Noblesse doesn't really practice. So that could be an okay choice. What else would be a good choice? Hold on. We just made it, so I'm going to check. I'm just going to check.
Daybreak. No
right.
shocker.
No, it's standard map.
Odds of cheese.
Odds of cheese.
I think higher with Noblesse.
I would like to see Noblesse go with the gas opening. Not necessarily anything proxy, but a gas opening.
Sure. TaeJa probably going to go Barracks gas, or Barracks command center opening.
I wouldn't be surprised with that if he just goes into a kind of a standard, normal game, tries to play defensive, maybe goes up to Viking tank or something to try to stop any gas openings that Noblesse does.
Yeah.
All right, Tasteless, the game is loading.
Let's get ready.
Think Noblesse can do it?
You know, he played really well in the last game. You were right. TBT is his matchup. He's already doing a really good job. He beat Nesty, even though Nesty didn't play that well. I mean, you got to give the guy some props. So, at this point in time, I think it's anybody's game. I'm Tasteless. With me is Artosis. We're Tastosis, the casting Archon, here at the GSL. In the bottom left, in the red, the underdog of this Code S. He is
MVPNoblesse.
in the upper right, one of the fan favorites, so solid. He is
TaeJa.
All right. Cannot wait to see who is going to go up into the next round. And look at that, once again, just taking his hands off. You know, just kind of trying to relax them, wiggle his wrists and whatnot.
Yeah.
And this is, of course, I was joking before, it is part of the game where you can do something like that because you're just queuing up SCVs, building racks and stuff like that. It doesn't actually take that much concentration or anything like that.
You ever notice, like, people that will talk to you in a ladder game are always cheesing you?
Yes.
They're like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, good. I'm like, GLH up. Most of them don't even answer. People talk to me beyond GG.
Yeah, I think I told this story once, but back in StarCraft 1, old retired Liquid Hey Pro was a really great Zerg player, and TaeJa was a really great Terran player. And Hey Pro asked TaeJa a question and timed running a 9-pool speedling up his ramp.
It's so funny.
As he knew TaeJa would be typing, because you're in the middle of typing and then you try to micro, you just suddenly go to the keyboard and micro when you see them coming. And he killed him because you have to actually hit enter so you can actually use your keyboard.
Or escape, yeah.
Yeah, it's something like that. So it was beautifully done. And TaeJa was really angry.
I would be too.
Solid win by Hey Pro there.
No, it's
Total respect. It was a brilliant thing to do.
Mad skills.
It was a brilliant thing to do, Tasteless. You cannot you cannot deny it. All right, so TaeJa is actually our player doing the gas opening, and he's just going for a very quick tech lab here. So it might just be as simple as some, not Marauders, but rather Reapers. Looks like TaeJa's liking that. Noblesse going a quick command center into double gas, so he's going to be taking up rather quickly. And yeah, it's just going to be a Reaper. Now, I wonder what he's actually going to get done with this Reaper.
You know, I feel like Reaper's not the best opener on this map.
Yeah, these maps aren't really all that great for the Reaper, so I don't really know, because as long as you have 2 Marines per Reaper, you're basically fine.
And I mean, you look at the amount of gas that you had to spend to get that Reaper out, which you're not also getting.
Their build time is just so slow.
Yeah.
You know, in Heart of the Storm now, the Reaper builds out of the barracks without a tech lab.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
It's pretty wild, man.
Does less damage to Marines now, but it's pretty cool. I can't wait. As soon as we get back, I'm starting playing on Heart of the Storm.
Absolutely, same.
You want one versus one?
Yeah, I will actually.
Okay.
We'll piano it out on the internet.
All right, well, a couple more racks is coming up for TaeJa. Looks like he's choosing the bio opening routes. Pretty safe overall. He's getting the really quick stim, which is a nice thing that goes with the Reaper expand. You do always get that very, very fast stim, which is going to help you to hold any attacks that are incoming and possibly do damage, but not as likely because you don't want to stim into bunkers without medevacs and combat
Okay,
shields.
he's going to hop right inside of there.
Nice. That's a really good scout.
See, that's where I have mixed feelings with Reaper Opener. I'm like, was it really worth it to kill that Marine?
I guess he saw what he wanted to see.
I'm surprised. Again, like
I thought he would do a tour of the base.
One loop or something.
I'm so for sacrificing units for more information, but he gets to keep the Reaper, which is, I mean, we saw that he used that Reaper late game last time, and it just damaged that alien pretty well, didn't it? Reaper's so surprisingly good against aliens.
Remember when we first learned that?
Yeah, that's pretty
like
crazy.
A Reaper beats a Hellion? Like, really?
Yeah.
Well, more Marines are coming down here now.
And now that Hellion dies because of what the Reaper did. And suddenly the Reaper scouted some stuff, killed a Marine, and helped kill that Hellion.
Can't deny that Hellion the ability to scout.
Well, isn't this ironic? The Reaper is the one who died. Right. Well, going right up into medevacs is TaeJa. Kind of like a... It's funny because this is such an old opening by TaeJa. It's still very solid.
This is old as
but it's very old
beta.
school.
Yeah.
Whereas we see from Noblesse, he's doing kind of a more new-fashioned build. You know, he's getting a medevac out. Looks like he wants to do some pressure with Hellions, Marines, medevac.
And we got the engineering bay almost done. And yeah, looks like Noblesse is going to go ahead and try to move out here, claim some of the map as his own.
Yeah. Well, you know, TaeJa's going to have combat shields pretty soon. He already has stim, and he's actually going to be the one with more medevacs. I like TaeJa's position here.
I got to agree with you right now.
Yeah. In fact, TaeJa has more Marines even at this point, which is going to make it even harder.
Well, Noblesse is really good, but TaeJa's like just perfectly mechanical, refined. It's like kind of like when you watch Bomber play, but TaeJa's like a little bit more of an acute version of that, where it's like you watching TaeJa play, it looks like he's a supercomputer.
Yeah.
You know.
This is mechanical turtle.
Well, that was a bad decision for him to come out there.
Well, a little drop coming down, but with stim, he's going to get up there oh so quickly. Noblesse not really doing what he wanted yet, but
yeah, Noblesse also not enough damage over here this expansion. Basically just losing everything.
Yeah, he didn't really do that much there. 3 workers, that's not really too worth it, but he's going into mechs, so those Marines he made those don't really matter. Unless TaeJa hits him really soon, those didn't matter. So still, not the best, but it's not like a game changer. Like if he was going into Marine tank from here, I'd be like, oh, those Marines are way better with your army right now.
Hey, what would you be like? Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
So we got the medevacs, and this could be an interesting reception because that medevac is pretty low on HP. Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, rip, herp.
By the way, TaeJa
did he get it?
Yeah, he did. Going Raven, but the mech player is Noblesse. He may be thinking there's a cloaked Banshee on the way.
That sounded like some kind of profound lyric in a StarCraft hip-hop song.
Yes.
Okay, let's see if this works. I mean, really?
Yeah, combat shields plus stim. Wow, that's a lot of damage.
I would have thought this would have been ill-advised to come down there like that, but I guess not.
Hey, Tasis, remember those 8 Marines? You know where those would have been really helpful?
Probably in that situation right there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. TaeJa actually identified that he was able to do damage because Noblesse was a little bit too wasteful with his units, and that was a gigantic amount of damage. He's killed 17 SCVs now.
Jeez.
Because he had to pull them to try to defend that. So suddenly TaeJa has a pretty significant lead. He's taking his third base. He's playing against a mech player that doesn't really have that much.
Well, you know, it's funny, the worker count's more even than you guess it'd be. It's 47-52.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought it was actually going to be way more different.
Somebody's good at making SCVs.
I'm not going to say who, guys, but
It's Noblesse.
I'll give you a hint. Go back and remember who lost a bunch, and it's still pretty even.
Yeah, that actually, you're right.
Wow, that got owned
that's a
pretty
big
fast.
deal, too, that he's still in that good of shape.
All right, siege mode on the high ground.
Yeah, he's plenty safe. Even has the Vikings out to help ward away medevac drops on his mech army.
All right. Well, TaeJa's doing exactly what TaeJa does best, which is, you know, maneuver around the map and get small little victories here and there and slowly ebb out a win.
But Noblesse is actually playing this to a T, to be honest.
Yeah, he really is.
I thought after he lost 17 SCVs, he'd be in a terrible spot, but I didn't even look at the SCV count because I assumed, which was, I guess, silly. But he's actually, no, he's getting a great sensor tower. He's getting his turret ring up. He's securing his third base. This is great. This is fantastic for him. TaeJa right now has no siege tanks. He's just now starting them. So he can't even get a strong contain on. Noblesse is going to hit enough supply to move into the middle and not be contained.
Take that watchtower that's actually supposed to be TaeJa's and just lock him in.
This is kind of fantastic by Noblesse considering what's happened so far this game.
Nice job there, just continuously denying any control over that watchtower. No sensor towers up here yet for TaeJa.
Now, one thing that's awesome about TaeJa, remember we mentioned he got the Raven early on.
Yeah.
He's also got 5 Vikings against just 2. He's actually going to come up here and start pushing because he's getting Cloaked Banshees as well. So this is so smart by TaeJa because he's going to hit this little timing where he clears out the anti-air and then he can drop with his medevacs on tanks, so the tanks have to unsiege. This is a really bad situation at this point for Noblesse. TaeJa has actually done this fantastic tech work that you don't really see out of bio players against him.
Yeah, especially if Noblesse does one of these 150 mech pushes we've seen from time to time.
Sure, yeah.
An attempt to set up a contain, and TaeJa just smashes it and thwarts all of his plans.
Noblesse needs to make a turret or two.
Yeah.
Like, he needs a turret or two out there, or TaeJa could take severe advantage of him.
Well, now TaeJa's going to double expand. Now, what we oftentimes see when people like TaeJa are playing this infantry style is then switch right into either mech or Sky Terran after that. Because this unit combination is not good in the late game. If you have a bunch of Marines and Marauders, siege tanks just do more damage.
Yeah.
Sky Terran can gain you more ground, assuming that they're, you know,
certainly
not going for Marine Marauder. But you normally can force them to go into the tank path and you switch from there.
Well, here we go, Tasteless. Can he take advantage of this situation? This could be brutal, Tasteless.
He's hitting that tank and hitting it hard. Not a lot of anti-air here. Don't forget, he's got a Raven. Point defense drone pretty good.
And this is, I mean, this Banshee is doing huge amounts of damage.
Yeah.
This is tough, and look at this.
Unloading.
The medevac drops. TaeJa is taking advantage of this so well. And look at this, destroying the tanks. This
destroying everything. All that hard work and put into those tanks is now for nothing.
Wow. TaeJa doing a very, very fancy job there. But, you know what? Noblesse is somewhat stabilizing here. Let's check the SCV count.
There's 5 tanks.
Yeah, that's great for TaeJa, but TaeJa's lost a lot of supply, and he's gonna get some missile turrets up here. But that was great, man. TaeJa saw that, and he went and he took it. That was like watching someone trade a psychic energy card for a foil Blastoise.
There you go.
That was complete advantage taken.
There you go.
Poor Noblesse, man.
Well, it's funny because now it looks like TaeJa's probably going to outdo Noblesse in the tank count, which is bad because TaeJa already has the contain here on Noblesse.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I love what we're seeing from TaeJa here. TaeJa's really showing a great way to play bio against mech. Because sometimes you see these players, for instance, Beyond. I feel like Beyond waits way too long for tech switches, saves Marine Marauder way too long. But look at TaeJa. He switched into a mini Sky Terran to abuse a little timing, did it reasonably well, and then he set up a contain because he reduced the tank number so that his tanks would do very well against his opponent's tanks, and now he's adding 2 more factories. So he's going to be producing 4 tanks at a time. And that is awesome. If you have that many tanks and your opponent's making tank Hellion, the tanks win. Hellions aren't good versus tanks. Surprise!
Well, he's got a good contain over there at the top part, too, TaeJa does. A scan here to survey where the Army's going. He'll probably be scanning that every, I would say, about 40 seconds or so. Because, you know, he's got enough extra command centers up here, orbitals up here, that he can keep dropping mules and be fine and have enough to scan.
Now, it's not that Noblesse can't win from here. Thing is, this contain is getting so good that it's almost getting to that point where Noblesse can't win. You get a contain up this good, you can't really break out of this many tanks with tanks. And the thing is, the rest of his army is mostly Marauders. So, and in fact, TaeJa's so smart, he's adding extra starports right now and another armory. So he knows that the next step is to get extra Vikings. Because what do you do here as Noblesse? If you can't break out, don't you just kind of think battle cruisers or something like that?
And that's what's so beautiful about it is because TaeJa's already preempting it.
Yeah. He's preempting everything.
This is one of the better TVT tech builds I've ever seen.
Yes, this is one of the best executions of Marine Marauder I've ever seen.
Oh my God, so good. And here's the thing, these units are actually expendable! Because Marine Marauder is so cheap. You just come in there, stim, lose half your stuff. You got that planetary, that's so good.
Yeah. I haven't seen someone play bio like this against mech since Clyde.
Yeah,
that's actually true right there.
All right, here we go.
This is the important moment. Does he have enough to actually break through? A ton of siege tanks right now, and he is starting to push TaeJa back. TaeJa being very cost efficient. Look at the supplies. TaeJa staying way up in them.
And it does look like Noblesse is going to be in shambles here with the 2 Banshees cleaning up these siege tanks down here. Oh, but 1 Viking comes in here to assist.
His opponent does have more Vikings, though. TaeJa pushing back the Viking of his opponent. Now stemming and running around here towards the 3rd base. Nothing over there really to defend except for 1 siege tank.
Oh, man, he's going to get so many SCDs with this attack over here. And, again, just driven out. Hellion's coming down here to get the bottom right expansion, so a lot of SCDs are going to be killed here. And I love this move here by TaeJa. He's going to regroup up here, probably push into the 3rd base, siege up, make sure there's no way that expansion, as long as it's surrounded, not be hit by siege tanks. Either force it to lift off, let it die, or surrender.
Dude, the TaeJa has basically got this. 128 supply against 200. TaeJa has 2 more bases. I have not seen someone play a TVT with this level of complete understanding on how to do it in a very long time.
It's really quite beautiful.
This is so awesome. Look at that
line. Look at the tank line. Oh my God, that's so
And that's
good.
so they all fire at the same time immediately. The TaeJa is playing in God mode right now.
All right,
if he can continue to play like this, Tasteless, he might pick up a GSL.
He certainly could. Oh my God, it's getting even worse now then. He's going to try to break out over here. Not all the tanks are in siege mode yet, but there's only a fraction of the army here of TaeJa, and the rest of it's driven the command center to center left out of the picture.
Well, TaeJa's still with a lot of siege tanks. Noblesse, his supply half of TaeJa's at the moment. He is not going to be in this game much longer. We should be seeing a GG.
I think it's going to be a GG. Wow, TaeJa so well deserved that win.
So good. So well played.
So well played.
Congrats to TaeJa. He goes on to the round of 16, and deservedly so. That was a pure display of mastery of TVT.
Really impressive stuff.
Fantastic play by TaeJa. Recommend that game to all your friends.
Yeah, definitely check that out if you haven't, or tell your friends to check that out if they haven't already, or even rewatch it. That was a really complex tech switch.
It was just fantastic. That's something I don't even say that you should try to copy at home. You better be a pro gamer.
Just know about it and then try to appreciate it.
Yeah. Swanee in there.
That's Swanee.
No. Helping out TaeJa.
Swanee Nim.
That's right.
It's one of my Nims. Now.
Swaneus. Swaneus Maximus.
Swaneus Maximus.
Yep.
Odysseus, I don't know.
No, not Odysseus.
Well, guys, here's the results for today. As you can see, Solkey and TaeJa advance.
Not a gigantic surprise. I mean,
No.
I thought Nesty would get through, but he didn't play
I think
his
the
best
shocker
day.
was actually how poorly he played. Not even the results, but that I was like, oh, God, it was terrible.
It wasn't Nesty's day. This happens to people, man.
It does.
He threw some of those away. So, Noblesse falling down to Code as well. Now, tomorrow's matches, this will be brought to you by Wolf. Unfortunately, guys, we're sorry about that. Innovation, Stefano, Hack, and DRG. That is an insanely good group. I cannot wait to watch those VODs.
Yeah, that's going to be so epic. I really hope that Stefano gets through. I really want that.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough, though. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We will, again, not be here tomorrow. It'll be hosted by Wolf alone. So be sweet to him. That's a lot of work.
By the way, the prelims are all done. So let's take a look at who got through. Oh, my God, Root Yu-Gi-Oh! Coming right through. Totally sick. Congrats to Root for picking him up. He's been playing great. Look at this.
Root's getting bigger and bigger now.
Yeah. We have Crazy from KT. We have Effort from CJ. Reality from Samsung. Super happy to see Reality in there. Yeah, Zenio. I'm so happy that Tara's in there, or Tier. I don't know what he pronounced as. Sue, he's been playing very well in Pro League. Maru, of course, the Marine Prince. Arthur doesn't have a team yet after the Slayer's disbandment, but a very good Protoss indeed. We have Avenge in there. He's a very old Protoss from Zenex. Wow, cool to see him back.
It's really exciting to see the players that we thought had fallen off. They're like, nope.
Yeah. And then, of course,
a year and a half later, I'm back.
Sola. Yeah. Awesome. Avenge had some great games way back in Zenex, and here he is again. I had no idea he was actually still active. That's
pretty crazy, man.
Great to see that. But, yeah, we're going to have the group selection on Saturday, so you can definitely check that out for the round of 16.
Yeah.
We only have 2 more players to add to that. Could be 2 Zergs, could be 2 Terrans, could be a Terran and Zerg, but those are the only options.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We got to go ahead and peace out of here because we're going to go to a hotel. We've got a flight early tomorrow morning to Taiwan. We love you so much, and we'll catch you guys at the round.